EA Sports in the National Football League welcome you to Acrisure Stadium here in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Tonight, the third of three on this Wild Card Sunday. It's the Denver Broncos and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Settle in. We think we've got a good one. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jalen Warren. And he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down right away. A loss of yards. What a message on the first play.
You spend all week on your opening script. What are the plays that allow you to find a rhythm and have some early success offensively? Well, in this case, that first play you drawn up sent you going back the wrong direction. How does that change this play caller's approach to the ground game going forward?
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Oh, right at the outset, he lost the football. A sigh of relief there. That was very nearly a turnover. Fortunate to see that one, Greg, get fumbled out of bounds.
And when that ball came loose, Mike, you could see the entire sideline kind of holds their breath. But they were able to take a little bit of an exhale as they saw that ball, fortunately for them, go out of bounds.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and they have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked up by Jaquan McMillan. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
On 1st down, here's Nix to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. That's caught left side by Ingram. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He's got his tight end, it's Ingram. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. Good for a Denver 1st down. first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Great job there by the defensive lineman. You can see, Mike, why he is one of the best interior players in the entire league, using his strength and his speed to get through into the backfield, take the running back down for a loss.
Here we go, set. Panther 60, Panther 60. Go.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And a much more positive run here. That one good for 10. But it's still going to leave him with a third down coming up. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
A first down throw for Nix. He finds his tight end, Ingram. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
The drag route, we used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
Here's a third down and 4. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He'll get this one out to Jacobs. And now where will they mark him? It looks like he's a little bit short, just by about the length of the football. So decision time coming up. It's fourth down. And they'll try it now with Jacobs. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on down.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
A gain of a yard brings up second and 9.
Here's a second and 9. Rodgers out quick to Metcalf. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it third and 4.
One quarter in the books in round 1 of these AFC playoffs. 0-0 is the score. And we're back to the Steel City after this. The Steelers with the football to begin the second quarter. They come up now on third down and 4 to go. On third down, they go with Warren. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
A loss of
So it's a pretty manageable third down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use fourth down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
On fourth down, they snap it to Rodgers. And he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked. And they will turn it over on down.
You know, I think there's certain times, Mike, throughout the game that call for a very aggressive style of play. I'm just not quite sure this was one of those situations, but I guess we'll see how it plays out throughout the rest of the game.
To the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. To throw is Nix. That is caught by the tight end, Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Broncos. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
A-Rod now to throw on first down. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Surtain. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
On first and 10, here comes Jacobs. Gets to the edge at the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Peyton Wilson. And he's going to be looking at a short field for the offense after the INT. Chance to tie the game or even take the lead.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception. But in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue.
And he'll take it on in. DK Metcalf. Touchdown Steelers. Chris Boswell on for the point after. It's up and through. And the Steelers will level things out at 7 apiece.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll wind up getting about 4 before he's shown the sideline.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Jacobs. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Here's 3rd and 7. That is caught out wide on the RPO. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a first down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
That's going to be caught. It's Marvin Mims. And he's going to be out of bounds down at the 30. His first catch of the wild card game, and good for a first down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
Nick snap on 1st and 10. That is caught, and it's Troy Franklin. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 21-yard line.
2 minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. Back with more of the AFC playoffs after this. Now it's 2nd and 1. This looks like a design run, and I don't think he got there. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at 3rd down.
Now the offensive coordinator's got a decision on his hand, Mike. It was 2nd and 1. He decides to go with a conservative run, gets stopped for no gain. He's in the exact same position now on 3rd down. Does he try to change it up, or does he just turn around and hand it off again? Certainly not the biggest gain by any means, but he does a really nice job getting past the sticks, keeping his feet in bounds, and ultimately picks up the first down.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Mims sent in motion here. Nix now to throw it here on 1st down. To the left side, into the hands of Franklin.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback.
And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 17-yard line. The linebacker, Alex Highsmith, getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down.
Bombers. Captain.
Throwing, Nix. Got it into the hands of Mims. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Marvin Mims. Touchdown, Denver.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Flush to his right. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Jonnu Smith, the tight end, man he was looking for there. And it'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, Rodgers in trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Rashawn Gary in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up 3rd down. Rodgers to throw. Here's a screen set up for Warren. Now he's free to midfield. And he'll be out of bounds, but they move it down to the 25-yard line. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. No issues there. This one is good. And the Steelers are back within 4 at 14-10.
As routine as they may have made the end of that drive look, I can assure you, Mike, this is a situation they have been practicing since training camp. Get the ball to one of your playmakers, get yourself in scoring range, and steal 3 points before the break.
Bombers, get him! Shoot it! Hold on, set! Ready!
Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline.
Captain! Go! Away! Hold on, set! Ready!
Now Nick's going to look to throw. On the run to the right. He'll air it out down the middle. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this 1st half will come to an end.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
One team advances. One team's season ends here. 2nd half underway in the AFC Wildcard game. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. Wow, they are hitting now. Been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on that return.
At their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Hold on, set!
They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up 2nd and long.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Away! Bombers, hold on, set! Ready!
They send Sutton in motion. 2nd down. Nix. That one intercepted. Picked off by Peyton Wilson. The defense comes up with the big play, and the pick 6 changes all the momentum. New leader in this one with that touchdown.
Mike, this is one of those plays at the end they're going to look back on and say that play changed the game. Not only do you create the turnover, you take it back the other way, and now you find yourself with the lead here in the 2nd half.
14. Chris
well now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. The middle with Jacobs. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
On second down, it's Nix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I can guarantee you that interception he threw on the previous drive, that's still in the back of his mind. You got to know when to take a chance, and you got to know when to just throw the ball away and live for the next down.
It is third and long. Back to throw is Nix. Down the field, but it falls incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there. And it's going to be fourth down. On fourth down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt for Denver. And he steps into this one, gets off a big kick, angled for the sideline. First down for Aaron. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
This offense came into this drive hoping to extend their narrow lead, Mike, but instead, after first down, they find themselves in second and forever following that big sack right out of the gate.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long.
26.
In the shotgun, it's A-Rod. Oh, this pass rush dialed in right now. They get him again. Rashawn Gary getting in for the sack, and that's going to lead to third and very long. They run out of the gun with Warren. And they'll only get a couple on this one, so the defense holds, and it brings up fourth down.
This is a spot you just love to be in as a defensive player. I mean, you've got them backed up so far, you're not really fearing any play call, let alone a run. Sit a couple guys back, keep the ball from being thrown over your head. Everybody else track the ball, comes up well short.
Fourth down, they bring out Michael Pilardi to punt, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. And not the greatest of kicks there. They're going to mark it on this side of midfield. They'll running straight ahead with Jacobs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that one. First down, Broncos.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They'll run with Jacobs. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
They'll throw. It's Nix. He'll get that complete to Franklin. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Nix. He connects with Mims. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up.
Barring some type of disaster with that big pass pickup, it puts them in position now where they feel like they can at least walk away with points off this drive. I just feel like it has to be 6. I feel like anything less than that will be a letdown.
Here's Nix to throw. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And he's going to be out of bounds here on what will wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 7 for second and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Rolling to the left. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
That's to the end zone, but just too far out in front. That one's incomplete. Troy Franklin, the intended target. And now they're faced with a 4th and goal. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. That evens the score here in the 4th quarter.
And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. 4th quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown. Quickly on the RPO. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain. This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
They'll come up here, first and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Moving to his right. Taking off. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. On the handoff, this is Warren. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, that's it.
Dre Greenlaw on the tackle. A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Wow, an important one coming here. Tie game, late, and this is 3rd down. Rushing to his left.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn it to a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Possibly the play of the game right here. It is 4th down.
319. 630.
Rodgers now. He's got his tight end. That's Freiermuth. And he's into the end zone. Pat Freiermuth. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. On for the extra point is Boswell. The kick is good. And the Steelers will go up by 7. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. A 1st down throw for Nix. As he throws there, it's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That complete to Jacobs. And he gets him 6 yards closer before going out of bounds. It's 3rd down coming up. To throw is Nix. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
The throw here is complete. And he'll be out of bounds, a pickup of 5.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can. Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. This one broken up, It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Mims sent in motion here. Nix from the gun on third down. To the left side, into the hands of Franklin. His second catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a first down. Slot man in motion right. Nix now on 1st and 10. He's got it inside the 5. Looking for the pylon, but the official right there is going to mark him out of bounds at the 1-yard line. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down. Throwing. Nix out to his right. And he will wisely just get rid of this one and set up second and goal.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
Second down, goal to go. They'll run with Jacobs.
Down here this close, all it takes is one defensive lineman defeating his block and getting some penetration, and that's exactly what we saw here. Not only to stop the ball carrier short of the end zone, but to take him down for a loss.
This crowd doing everything they can before third and goal. And it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within one, and a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
We are in the final minute of what is now a tie game as we are set for the kickoff. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10.
26.
From the gun, Rogers. Catch made, right side by Wilson. And he'll be driven out of bounds, and that's a pickup of 8.
Out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
They'll come up now for second down.
Second and 2.
Rogers to throw. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Roman Wilson was the intended target. And it's going to be third down.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
They'll stop it here. The spike coming with 26 seconds remaining.
Hey, 88.
Second down, Rodgers. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Pat Fryermuth, the intended receiver. And third down coming up. Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. It's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
And no return. How good is that? Backs him up all the way to the 2. Jacobs. Modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's second down. So, overtime coming up. A reminder, the rules now are in line with the regular season with one large difference. Each team gets to possess the football once. After that time, its next score wins. Each team gets 3 timeouts. There's a defensive score. It's game over. All replay challenges come from upstairs. The one difference in the playoffs, we play as long as we need to determine a winner.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
As if playoff football wasn't stressful enough, it is jacked up now. We're back underway with this postseason overtime session. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll work forward for about 4. It's second down.
He was brought down by Jacorian Bennett. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
Captain. Bombers. Olé. Joe. Ready. Olé.
Now a first throw here in overtime. There's that man again. Another catch.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
This one's just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Bombers.
Oh, the hard count looked like they cut somebody to jump. If they did, they pick up the first down. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Jacobs. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Now Nick's going to look to throw. Moving outside the pocket. That one down the field, but they cannot connect. And it's incomplete. Evan Ingram, the intended target. Now it's going to be third down.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Third and long. Back to throw is Nix. He's got his tight end. It's Ingram. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Moving to his left. He runs with it. And he'll wind up getting about 4 before he's shown the sideline.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on first down.
Second down. Nix. He'll get this one out to Jacobs. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. Talk things over before third down. Throwing is Nix. He's got his man. He finds Sutton. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs. Here's Jacobs. And he'll somehow turn this into a net positive, getting out of bounds after a pickup of a yard.
At the 27-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
Ball on the 27. Here's second and 9. Running is Jacobs. And a nice run there as he surges forward. A gain of 8 and sets up third down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up third and 1.
We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. And they continue to churn out first down. What a drive. It continues now with first and goal.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the one, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
From back at the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. On the ground, it's the tight end. Trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short. Once more from the 2. 3rd and goal. Mims sent in motion here. That one, take it in, middle of the end zone. Troy Franklin, touchdown Broncos. Don't forget about the extra point here. This, an important one. The kick is good. So an ideal start to this overtime. And now it's up to the defense to preserve a 7-point lead. So, thanks to that recent rule change, still the chance to extend this game and match that opening overtime score as they receive the kickoff here.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They'll start this on the ground with Warren. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for the Steelers.
A first down throw from Rodgers. That's out wide to Warren. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. A pickup there of 13. That's a Steeler first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down.
He'll be out of bounds. That's a decent pickup of 5 on first down.
There's a lot of quarterbacks around the league that really struggle with this, Mike, but not this guy. A righty quarterback moving to his left. Your mechanics, your footwork, and your arm talent all have to align. And hey, what? He does it about as well as anybody around the league.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
A gain of a yard on the play.
So, overtime coming up. A reminder, the rules now are in line with the regular season with one large difference. Each team gets to possess the football once. After that time, its next score wins. Each team gets 3 timeouts. There's a defensive score. It's game over. All replay challenges come from upstairs. The one difference in the playoffs, we play as long as we need to determine a winner. Here's a 3rd down and 4. In the shotgun, it's A-Rod. That'll be caught by the running back, Warren. He's going to pick up the first down and more. And he's in. Jalen Warren. Touchdown, Steelers.
Mike, what a game, but now what decision are they going to make? They find themselves down 1. I think this is a no-brainer. Ball on the 2-yard line. Dial up your best offensive play and go win this game now.
You had a feeling they might do this if they score. The head coach says, let's end it here. They'll go for 2 and the win. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Oh, it's incomplete. They went for the win, but the defense holds, and they celebrate this victory in overtime.